Hey, everybody, this is Eric Diamond, and you're listening to The Mike Wagner Show.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios.
Hi, this is Mia Mosinzia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, available on Amazon.
The Mike Wagner Show, also brought to you by The Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner, available on Amazon, highlighting the Book of David.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios, brought to you by official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia, Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Coming soon, Missing 2 by Mia Molson-Zia, double expense, double of fun. Check it out on Amazon. Also brought to you by The Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner, based on the life of King David, 30 exquisite pains, King David Psalms. Check out The Sweet Psalmist today, Amazon.com, keyword Sweet Psalmist, Serena Wagner, and the Sensei Swing. Eric Diamond with all of me. Check out the new release on ericdiamondmusic.com, follow on YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, and more. We're here with a terrific gentleman who's an entrepreneur and owner of a couple of amazing companies. Born in Key West, Florida, raised in Miami, now living in Las Vegas, Nevada, before playing his roots there. He lost both his parents at 21, began his career in financial industry as a personal banker, later becoming an entrepreneur. He created high-ticket sales, marketing, and financial services as well. And he also founded a company which dedicates to sustainable energy solutions, and another company, life insurance agency, catering specifically to medical professionals, help provide meaningful work and consistent philanthropy. We'll talk about that. Live, ladies and gentlemen, Plus Studios in beautiful downtown Las Vegas, the amazing entrepreneur, the owner of Thrivin Life, Solaire, and more, the multi-town, Lucas Barcelo. Lucas, morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, man. I'm truly honored. I'm blessed to be here, and I just appreciate your time.
Well, it's great to have you on board, Lucas. You're an entrepreneur. You're an owner of Thrivent Life. You're born in Key West, Florida, raised in Miami, for planting your seeds and your roots in Las Vegas. Lost both of your parents at 21. Began a career in the financial industry as a personal banker. Later became an entrepreneur. You founded Solaire, dedicated to sustainable energy solutions, and also Thrivent Life, a life insurance agency, catering specifically to medical professionals and more. You're involved in meaningful work, philanthropies as well, too. Before getting all, Lucas, tell us how you first got started.
Yeah, so it goes back to kind of around that time where my parents had passed away, and at that time, you're young, you're living with your family, you kind of don't really have your path in life kind of carved out. So it was a wake up call, time to put my big boy pants on and figure out what life has in store for me. And that's when I decided that the financial sector kind of called me, interested me. So I became a personal banker, Bank of America. And as I grew, I tried to start going down the ladder of, Merrill Lynch and becoming a financial advisor. For reasons that it just kind of didn't play out to my suits. So there's a lot of barriers to entry, and you need to know high net worth individuals. And at 21 years old, I did not know those high net worth individuals to become a financial advisor. I ended up branching off and just figuring out my own path in life. And that's when I started getting into high ticket sales, and ended up creating my first entity along with my wife, Solaire. So that was a solar company, still have it today. We operate out of most of America, aside from, some of the snowier states. But that was my first love of business, and kind of getting an idea of how building a trusted brand really helps you expand, and word of mouth, how that all, kind of comes together. Now my full-time thing is growing out my life insurance agency, Thrivin. We do cater to medical professionals, but we can help out any family or individual with that. So, that's kind of where I'm at today, and flying all over the US. I'm licensed in a majority of the states. And yeah, that's about the short summary to save you all some sleep time.
Oh, that's okay. I think you got a great story to tell. And was it one exact precise moment that simply influenced you into what you do in the rest of your career? Because I know you into financial services. What was that one light bulb moment that said, "This is exactly what I want to do"?
Yeah, it was while I was working as the personal banker, the light bulb that kind of hit me was I feel like there's something that calls to a lot of us that we want to work for ourselves, right? We don't want to have to punch a clock and report to a manager or anything like that. And there's nothing wrong with that lifestyle, but for me specifically, it was just that I knew what I'm capable of, and especially if you're not getting the recognition that you feel that you deserve when you're putting in 110% effort, for someone else, it became something like, you know what, I'm going to just start seeding my own grass and seeing what grows out of that. So that was the light bulb that kind of kicked to me that said, it's time that we try it on our own. And at that point, it becomes a sink or swim type scenario. And fortunately, I'm a good swimmer.
And you certainly are as well, too, with two amazing companies. And how do you do it? We'll find out more with Lucas Barcelo. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those who love you to first go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson Zia has got great reviews. And Evil Evidence George by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassie, Forrest Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today, for It Goes Missing by Mia Molson Zia, available on Amazon. Coming soon, Missing 2 by Mia Molson Zia, double the suspense, double the fun. Check it out on Amazon. Also brought to you by a Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner, based on the life of King David, including 30 exquisite paintings and King David's Psalms. The Sweet Psalmist gives a new perspective of David through Psalms he wrote in the time as a shepherd where it started, and complicate your turbulent relationship with King Saul. It's a story of love, betrayal, repentance, hope, and more. Check out the Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner on Amazon. Keyword Sweet Psalmist Serena Wagner. Also brought to you by Sensei Swing. Eric Diamond's latest release, All of Me, featuring the title track, I've Got a New Heartache, Bring Me Sunshine and More. Eric is a multi-award winning artist, inducted numerous Hall of Fames, album Entertainer of the Year, and we release a new CD soon. Check out the amazing Eric Diamond today, ericdiamondmusic.com. Follow on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, and more. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show, MikeWagnerShow.com. 40 podcast platforms, 100 countries. Take us with you on any mobile device. Also, follow us on all socials, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Apple Music, Facebook, BitChute, Rumble, LinkedIn, X, and more. And for great gift ideas like t-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, hoodies, and more, Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. Keywords, Mike Wagner Show podcast. And also check out me and Molson Zia's merchandise, Amazon Music, Amazon.com. Keywords, me and Molson Zia, great books, merchandise, and more. And support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. We're here with the amazing entrepreneur and owner of Thrivin Life and Solaire here on the Mike Wagner Show. And let's talk about first Solaire. And how did you first get involved with Solaire?
Yeah, so it was me and my wife's idea when I met her in high ticket sales. We were working previously in timeshare. And we were kind of getting tired of the lifestyle on that, offering a product that doesn't necessarily help everyone, right? So
right, I know what you mean. Yeah, it gets draining after a while. Timeshare is, hate to say, it doesn't really benefit anybody these days.
Yeah, and the older products definitely had their purpose, especially for someone who travels the same exact way with family or something like that, owning a week. And I'm not saying it doesn't necessarily work for anyone. However, what we found was that there was people who ended up, purchasing a timeshare, which, it hurt them, and so we decided to call that quits. We bought an RV and just decided to travel around the country for 9 months. Rented out the house and just left. And when we were coming back, it was like, what are we going to do now? We took a nice little sabbatical, but, back to reality. And at that point, we had some friends who had started their own solar organization. And, we were looking at it. things just didn't add up. And so I decided to do some research and find the appropriate partners that we can, start enterprising ourselves with. And fortunately, we were able to make some great deals and start our own organization to be able to provide people, the better pricing, better products, and at the same time, make profit. And at the end of the day, that's where our trust in our brand is kind of highlighted, because the transparency, especially coming from previous sales, and especially no one likes salespeople, right? You go to a car dealership and you're just like, there's a bad feeling. But when you're able to provide a very transparent sales process, explain to people exactly how it works, how to break down the pricing, and even display the profit that the organization makes in order to allow us to, scale and help more, it becomes something that has a cascading effect. So our referrals go through the roof, and we were well positioned during COVID lockdowns with, digital advertising and a virtual sales process. So that really elevated our growth.
Mm-hmm. And consistency is the key as well, too.
Absolutely. Yeah. Consistency. And once again, with the consistency in transparency, right? Making sure that our process never veers. And that's something that we've also translated over to the life insurance side, why we're able to help, Medicare professionals and things like that with their own policies, is because, especially with a savvier group, you need to have your ducks in a row, and they need to be able to understand and feel that they're with someone who has, them and their family's best interest at heart.
Mm-hmm. And most importantly as well, too, that, you get asked all the time, what's your unique selling point? How do you stand out from the rest of the crowd with Solaire? How did you differentiate from the rest of the solar business?
Yeah, so that was a real key in it. And once again, I think a lot of sales, there's like there's almost like a shady sales practice that goes on, where there's no transparency. It's like, this is how much it costs, and no one has an understanding of why or what that product's going to do for them. The solar industry, I'm sure you've heard, has a sketchy reputation because.
Correct. Yes. Right. And I'm going to say something about the solar industry. It is a nice idea, but up in Bismarck, North Dakota, I mean, we have feels like 9 months of winter, maybe 3 months of summer. So I mean, this is my honest opinion. Solar panels really don't work up in the northern states, like in Bismarck, where it snows like 9 months. Just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, well, and so then it comes down to a dollars and cents aspect, right? So even if it was able to work, the question is, how much am I going to have to pay to get any sort of results? And are those results meaningful towards what I'm paying for that, right? So breaking down that transparency and actually showing people, this is how many panels you would need. This is how much energy it's going to provide based off of what you used like last year from the energy company, and just creating those levels of transparency and walking someone through that. Otherwise, they would say, oh, yeah, just sign here and we're going to give you solar and that's going to take care of your energy bills. Well, it's like, how do I know that that's true? Right. But some people ended up signing that document in blind faith, and no fault on the customer. Right. But a lot on the sales rep, because they're selling something to make a commission, blah, blah, blah. But if your sales process shows someone and explains to them and has proven track records of energy usage that they had for their home, and we can show how that covers up and their sun production based off of their home's location, it becomes a much more transparent process. So we're educating the customer to the point where they could be a sales rep because they know how to break this whole thing down.
Right, exactly. Of course, referrals, word of mouth, and everything. I don't know if you're around. I remember watching an ad back a while that it was a shampoo commercial, and there was like two ladies there. Their shampoo's so great. I told two of my friends, and they told two of their friends, and told two of their friends, and so on and so on. That's the whole concept of it. But of course, one size doesn't always fits all. Certain solar panels works great for others, but some don't work for others as well. And basically, that customer needs are definitely most important.
Right. Well, and that's exactly right. So when you think of the education factor, if we're able to teach one customer exactly how to break down the utility bill, exactly how to break down how much panel production looks like, they talk to their friends and they're like, well, I don't know about solar, but then now they're able to break it down and now they just refer us business. So once again, it had a very nice cascading effect by providing education and a platform where people can trust the sales process. They're able to duplicate that on their own and just send referrals over, because they're like, these are the guys who taught us. They'll show you exactly breakdown, and maybe they can answer some of those harder questions. And That's been the key to our success. And now I think why most people don't do that is because it is harder, right? You have a lot more education that you have to provide and a lot more steps. And most importantly, you have to answer calls when there's issues, right? And I'm not saying that we're a perfect company. There's always issues that arise in any company, but it's not about avoiding every issue. It's about how you handle the issues when they come up. And so that's been the true key, just working out of our heart, not just for, the dollars that it could put into our pocket.
Mm-hmm. And what are some more common issues that you encounter as well, too? What's been the most difficult issues that you guys have to deal with?
Well, yeah, some of the most difficult issues that we deal with in a constantly changing industry, right? The solar is still relatively new, so there's still a lot of landscape changes from regulations, and each state is handling it in a completely different way. So, for example, one of the larger challenges that we had here in Nevada is that due to some of the shady sales practice that have gone on from other organizations, they implemented something to where with the install organization, the sales rep actually has to be a W-2 employee as opposed to a 1099 contract.
Oh, wow. What's the difference between W-2 and 1099?
So the difference between W-2 and 1099 is a W-2 employee is someone that's actually employed by the company, whereas in most states still today, they could just be a 1099 contractor. So there's such a level of separation. And I think it's a good change that they implemented here. But so for example, let's say that I have an install organization and I'm going to let Joe Schmo start selling for us. I don't know what he's saying to a customer, and there's a degree of separation to where he can be lying. I now install something. This customer got told one thing, but then they got a completely different product, right? And so that's caused a lot of rifts in the industry, and that's why Nevada cracked down. But so once again, that's a very localized issue in Nevada. If we're working in 46 different states, this one has these regulations. California is always on their own planet with regulations.
Oh,
right?
my gosh. Don't get me started on that state. I'll tell you. Oh my God.
Right. So those are some of the bigger challenges. And I mean, we just overcome them by obviously being compliant. And I think if you always make it your priority to do what's best by the customer, it all ends up working out, because we, there's been times where we run into a situation where people have been, genuinely hurt monetarily, emotionally, financially, whatever. And if you come in and you're able to even help out problems that another company caused, they may not be a direct deal to me, but I guarantee you they'll be thinking of us when someone else needs it, and they're like, listen, don't go with the guy I went with, just go with them. So we're always trying to help out, and it doesn't matter, whatever the case may be, but that's how we overcome it.
Mm-hmm. And where do you see Solaire in about 5 years? You have latest news or anything like that?
Well, so Solaire, at the end of the day, with the regulations that are changing, I don't want to grow it any further. We're just kind of letting it run an organic course. So no more, paid advertising. There's so many shifts going on politically, geopolitically, tariffs, right? So it's right now, Solaire is kind of just, we're letting it do its thing. My major focus now, I obviously have Thrivin, where we're doing the life insurance agency. I also do business consulting and business automation. So a lot of my technical side is coming out to where I'm helping other businesses catch on to the 21st century and just use AI and chat features and anything you can imagine. I try and help out wherever I can.
Mm-hmm. And we'll talk more about Thrivin Life with Lucas Barcelo in just a minute. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios, brought to you by our official sponsor, The Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson's Missing, The Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner, based on the life of David, Amazon.com, keyword Sweet Psalmist Serena Wagner, and Sensei is waiting Eric Diamond with his latest All of Me, new music coming soon, ericdiamondmusic.com. We'll be back with the multi-talented Lucas Barcelo after this time.
Hey, everybody, this is Eric Diamond, and you're listening to The Mike Wagner Show.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hi, I'm Burl Bear, legendary American author, and I'm here to tell you about Missing, the new mystery suspense novel by Mian Mosensia. It's really a good book. Very surprising. Never metaphor I didn't like, especially in this book. Here you have a main character whose life has been filled with despair. His wife died in 9/11. His young daughter died of a rare disease. He's not a happy camper. What does he do for a living? He's a physical fitness trainer. When somebody hardly knows, somebody he's never met, he only has encountered them on an internet chat line, goes missing, this is his journey. He's going to go rescue them. This is his search for redemption, his search for his own personal promised land. He couldn't do anything about the death of his wife, the death of his child, but maybe he could rescue this woman he's never met. That is, if she exists. Missing by Mian Mosensia, international in scope, vastly entertaining, full of surprises. I suggest you get it, either paperback or an electronic edition for your Kindle. Missing by Mian Mosensia.
Hey, everybody, this is Eric Diamond. You're listening to The Mike Wagner Show. You can check out our music and know all about us at www.ericdiamondmusic.com. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, TikTok. You can friend me on Facebook. You can follow me on Facebook, and you can even buy both of my albums off of Facebook. Just get a hold of me on the Facebook Messenger. We have them available in CD or thumb drive. Thank you so much, and hope you have a great day.
The Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Serena Wagner's book, The Sweet Psalmist, now available on Amazon. This book includes 30 exquisite paintings by well-known and unknown painters and King David Psalms. The Sweet Psalmist gives us a new perspective on his life in this book. Through the Psalms he wrote, his time as a shepherd in the field is where the book starts, and it goes on to describe his complicated and turbulent relationship with King Saul as well as other events. It's a story of love, betrayal, repentance, and more. It also offers advice on approaching God and living a life that pleases him. Check out the book, The Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner, now available on Amazon. Keywords, Sweet Psalmist, Serena Wagner.
Hey, this is Ray Powers, and boy, are you in luck. Right place, right time. Tuned in to the Mike Wagner Show. You heard me.
We're back to the multi-talent entrepreneur, owner of Thrivin Life, Solaire, Lucas Barcelo, here on the Mike Wagner Show. And let's talk about Thrivin Life and how you first get interested in the company or the transition going from Solaire over to Thrivin Life.
Yeah, so we had a few of our sales reps, very powerful reps that we had among our solar organization. They were at a manager level with us. They ended up, finding an opportunity in life insurance, and we're always of whatever path you choose in your life, we support you fully, right? So although it hurts losing people to a different opportunity, you have to respect what's best for their life. And because of that connection and the understanding, it never burns bridges. So what ends up happening is someone finds some good success and they find an industry that they really enjoy. Now they're sharing it with me. And then I look at it from a business perspective and say, does this make sense? Are we able to help people? Are we able to make profit? And are we able to grow something bigger? Sure enough, the answer was a resounding yes. And ever since we've jumped in, it's been a phenomenal industry. And once again, using all of the things that we learn through our other organizations, building trust. It's just a rinse and repeat model that always works. If people like you, they trust you, they believe that you're there to care for them and their family, you're always going to see success in business. Now, once again, it's a hard thing to do, but as long as you're willing to take those steps and crawl through the mud, you can grow any sort of business.
Mm-hmm. And this is an insurance agency that basically caters to medical professionals, but more than just medical professionals. There's others you can advocate, not just medical professionals, but who else can it cater to?
Well, so anyone, right? So life insurance being the overall financial product, I would say that we help people with, but it opens us up to so many more opportunities, right? There's annuities, for example, for retiring members. Obviously, right now we have the largest baby boomers in history going into retirement. They're one of the,
Mm-hmm.
right? Cash in on their retirement funds or do something, put it in a safer place, especially with all the geopolitical uncertainty. And we're watching the stock market kind of do this right now. So they need a safe place to put their money. So we help out with annuities, which obviously, if you're unfamiliar, it's the only type of product where you can guarantee no losses on your original capital, but also get some of the upside appreciation of a market. So we cater to the medical professions, but the way that I like to analogize it, if you will, is like a Navy Federal, right? They cater to military members, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now if you're affiliated with that military member, you can also get a bank account. So same thing with us, right? So we cater to a medical professional, but if their families, they're referring other people in, we can help out anyone. And as always, I believe in giving a lot of value first. So if some random person called me and had questions regarding life insurance, annuities, IULs, anything that their financial needs require, I'm happy to answer or help out in any capacity that I can.
You talked about Navy Federal Credit Union, being part of it. You have to serve in the Navy and everything. You talk about someone joining, just have to be a family member, a kin, maybe second cousin, third cousin, or anything like that. Or it could be just like, a referral if you haven't even served in the Navy, like say, say Joe Smith, is served in the Navy as well too. And then he reached out to me, can I join like that?
Yeah, so I don't know official Navy Federal guidelines, right? But more so of the idea.
Same principle like the medical professional thing too.
Right. Yeah. So for our personal circumstances, it's not just medical professionals that I serve, right? I serve, like I said, anyone who needs help in any financial capacity with either life insurance, retirement, any sort of financial guidance I can help out with. But I would say our niche sector is medical professionals, right? So anyone who's a doctor, a nurse, a CNA, or anything like that, they would typically find us via, advertising or marketing because we cater to that group and we understand their needs very specifically because a lot of the times they have things like student loans that are through the roof, right? They have a different financial outcome that they're looking for usually than just anyone else. But once again, being licensed in almost every state in the United States, I'm able to help out with anyone. But that's kind of our niche. We understand medical professionals.
Mm-hmm. And of course, too, consistency, that's the same principle as well, too. Just keep it. I think that's self-explanatory. Differentiation is that's fairly self-explanatory. If you want to talk about prioritizing needs, that again, the fact that it's not one size fits all, that you could have a simple plan or maybe a little more complex too.
Exactly. Yeah, no, and you're 100% spot on. So it's more so about just being able to help. But I think in any business, it is to some degree, it's usually the best avenue to pick a demographic or a certain group of people and understand that group thoroughly to be able to service at least them, if no one else. But obviously, if you're able to help out the masses, you have one group that you focus on, and then the masses end up coming via osmosis.
Right, exactly. And then what are some of the other ventures that you plan on getting to add on to Solaire and Thrivin Life? Any other plans to take on other companies or anything?
Yeah, so I have a bunch of different things that I work on. So back to business consulting and business automation. So there's Thrivin Life, which is the life insurance agency, but I also have Thrivin Biz, which is my business consulting. So thrivin.biz is the official website. But that's just where I help any business that may feel like they're kind of behind on technology. Maybe they don't have a CRM to manage their customer database. Maybe they're not using automation to reach out to their customers via email or text message or anything. I have and I build AI chatbots that can be fully trained on someone's company. We can put a chat widget on their website and someone can go to their website, ask questions, and even an automated phone AI assistant. And it's not like the generic press 1 to get here, press 2.
Right. Yeah, that gets annoying after a while. Trust me.
It gets, I got you. It gets very annoying very fast, but this is a genuine, authentic conversation because AI is progressing so fast. And I'm sure you're already well aware of how crazy that's going.
Oh my gosh. It's almost like an alarming rate. It's like, what do I do? That's the thing.
You ready for the Terminator? You ready for the Terminator experience, Mike?
You mean will be Bach or he'll be Bach?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yep.
Oh my gosh. And in the meantime, where can we find Thrivin Life, Solaire, and everything all that, Lucas?
What was that?
Where can we find all your works and how do people get a hold of you?
Oh, yes. So Thrivin.me is our Thrivin Life Insurance Agency, and Thrivin.biz is if you need business help, business consultant. I'm always happy to provide any sort of advice. If you email support@Thrivin.biz, you can always reach me directly through there, and I'm always happy to answer questions. But Other than that, I mean, find me on Instagram, Las Vegas Lucas. Same on Facebook, same on any social media platform, Las Vegas Lucas.
We'll certainly check that out. We're here at the multi-talented Lucas Barcelo here on the Mike Wagner Show, entrepreneur, owner of Thrivin Life, Solaire, Thrivin Biz, and more. And just a few more things. What else can we expect in 2025 and beyond, Lucas?
I think our main focus right now is just getting this life insurance agency to be able to help as many people as possible. So within the next 6 months to a year, we're expecting to have a couple of different offices around the nation. And then within the next 5 years, I look to be a household name for anyone who's needing any type of insurance. So we want to be able to branch off horizontally in the insurance sector to be able to help out with not just life and annuities, but to be able to help with auto or health. There's a million different ways that you can go in insurance. And personally, that's why it's become such a large passion of mine.
Mm-hmm. And of course, that trend as well, too, with independent agency, you have to rely on the big ones. That's going to be big as well, too, especially online. I admire what you're doing. Auto, health, life, and everything just coming for one person, not relying on corporate being an agent through a company.
Exactly. And then that's kind of the other reason why I chose to be a broker as opposed to, being an agent for one specific thing, because I don't feel like, same thing like we were talking about before, there's not one size that fits all. So being a broker, it allows me access to so many companies, and I can find and tailor products that'll fit into an exact person's needs and find them qualifying products based off of their health conditions, and obviously fit it into a budget that makes sense too.
And I think that makes a lot of sense, too. And we encourage everybody to check Lucas on that. Who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
I'd have to give it up to Elon Musk, and it's just because he embodies something that I feel that we've, as humanity, has needed for such a long time, where he's not only successful financially, but unlike someone like Bezos, and no hate on Bezos, but I mean, a lot of people probably would have taken a similar path to Bezos, where, you got your billions, I'm going to go chill on a mega yacht now, right? Whereas Elon has literally doubled down to make humanity better through his actions, although he doesn't need to spend any more waking hours doing anything except the stuff that he would want to do. But he's spending his time helping people and taking losses at times just to make better moves for humanity. So I think kind of an influence.
And I think that's great as well. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
You can literally do anything that you put your mind to, but the key is to have a bigger why than just yourself or your personal needs. I think your needs will get filled as you help others fill theirs.
And I think that's great advice as well, too. We're here with the amazing Lucas Barcelo, owner, entrepreneur of Thrivin Life, Solaire and Thrivin Biz here on the Mike Wagner Show. Lucas, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Learned a lot. Looking forward to having you soon. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. We'll have you back. And what's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or check out your works?
So the easiest way to get a hold of me, if you have quick questions or anything like that, support@thrivin.biz. I can answer you back via email. You can always check me out on any social media platform. Las Vegas Lucas is my handle on 99% of them. And then other than that, yeah, that's pretty much the best way.
We'll certainly check those out. Once again, Lucas, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you soon. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Live have you back. We wish you all the best. And Lucas, you definitely have a great future ahead.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate your time, brother.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey, everybody, this is Eric Diamond. You're listening to The Mike Wagner Show. You can check out our music and know all about us at www.ericdiamondmusic.com. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, TikTok. You can friend me on Facebook. You can follow me on Facebook, and you can even buy both of my albums off of Facebook. Just get a hold of me on the Facebook Messenger. We have them available in CD or thumb thumb drive. Thank you so much and hope you have a great day.
Hi, I'm Burl Bear, legendary American author, and I'm here to tell you about Missing, the new mystery suspense novel by Mian Mosensia. It's really a good book. Very surprising. Never metaphor I didn't like, especially in this book. Here you have a main character whose life has been filled with despair. His wife died in 9/11. His young daughter died of a rare disease. He's not a happy camper. What does he do for a living? He's a physical fitness trainer. When somebody hardly knows, somebody he's never met, he only has encountered them on an internet chat line, goes missing, this is his journey. He's going to go rescue them. This is his search for redemption, his search for his own personal promised land. He couldn't do anything about the death of his wife, the death of his child, but maybe he could rescue this woman he's never met. That is, if she exists. Missing by Mian Mosensia, international in scope, vastly entertaining, full of surprises. I suggest you get it, either paperback or an electronic edition for your Kindle. Missing by Mian Mosensia.
The Mike Wagner Show is brought to you by Serena Wagner's book, The Sweet Psalmist, now available on Amazon. This book includes 30 exquisite paintings by well-known and unknown painters and King David Psalms. The Sweet Psalmist gives us a new perspective on his life in this book through the Psalms he wrote. His time as a shepherd in the field is where the book starts, and it goes on to describe his complicated and turbulent relationship with King Saul as well as other events. It's a story of love, betrayal, repentance, and more. It also offers advice on approaching God and living a life that pleases him. Check out the book, The Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner, now available on Amazon. Keywords, Sweet Psalmist, Serena Wagner.
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.